Tiny yellow machine.
Welcome back to another Playdate News. This is Tiny Yellow Machine and I am your host, Gant Products. Let's get started. In today's news, we have shipping, GDC, Playdate Dev's newest tradition, speedrunning is here, more catalog rumors, cable heads, hot new old Playdate concepts, new Playdate gear, and new and upcoming games. But first, I want to show you, I've been listening to your feedback, and so welcome to
Version 2.
of TYM Playdate News.
Harder, bigger, faster, stronger.
Well, or at least, I rotated this purple bar over here a bit, and that's pretty cool, right? Thanks to all of you that commented on the last video and helped me in the Discord. I am now dedicated to entertaining you at every single moment. Music, cuts, I even did research on how to keep y'all entertained, and look at this amazing advice I found from this really serious, fast-talking guy.
First and foremost, 7-second rule. You need to make sure that you're changing the background or adding a prop into your content every 7 seconds, or just B-roll into your content to keep the viewer engaged.
Wow, is that true? I mean, let's try it out. I will now be holding up this Playdate every 7 seconds to keep your attention. First story, hot new Playdate gear. The days of searching for hard drive or Game Boy SP cases to use for makeshift Playdate cases are over. Believe me, we did some pretty exhaustive searches on our Discord, but we did come up with some pretty creative finds. San Francisco's Waterfield Designs, known for their sleek and gorgeous gaming cases, bags, accessories, and more, have just released a brand new magnetic Playdate case. Okay, you know what? Okay, all right, that's enough. This is just going to get ridiculous. I guess I'm just gonna have to make videos that are good in the first place, huh? Anyway, back to the case. Following the lead of the wonderful official magnetic cover, the Waterfield case snaps together magnetically as well. The case comes in several different colors and material types, including leather, wax canvas, and nylon. You can order them now at sfbags.com for 45 buckaroos, unless you are one of them high rollers that can afford the extra $3 carabiner or the leather wrist loop for $15. And it ships March 7th. I believe this is our very first third-party case made specifically for the Playdate, so isn't that wonderful? Keep them coming. Thanks so much, Waterfield, for making accessory Playdate history. We are happy to have you. Speaking of San Fran, GDC, the Game Developers Conference, is in San Francisco this year. Is anyone out there going? So far, I've seen Chuhai Labs and Chuck Jordan mention they are going. Who's coming with me? Wouldn't it be great for all of us to hang? If you are thinking of going to GDC, let us know. Perhaps we could have another Playdate meetup on our hands. Shipping! Congratulations and welcome Group 3 pre-orders! Shipping has been completed, and hopefully everyone has received their Playdates by now in Group 3. Group 4, you are next. I can imagine you will be getting your address confirmation emails very soon, within the next few weeks or so. That has been mentioned on Twitter. After that, shipping should hopefully commence another few weeks after that. If I had to make a wild guess, hopefully Group 4 should be shipping by April. Again, that is just my personal educated guess. If you want to really get into it, head to the Playdate Squad Discord and check out the live data and historical data. It's a great place to start. Playdate's newest tradition. If you recently watched our show where we interviewed Nino Van Oof, developer of the recently released Gravity Express game, you will know that he offered up a delicious bounty to whoever beat the game first. And that bounty was
Free cake.
That's right. Nino stated that he would send a congratulatory cake to the first person who beat his game. He did this by including a QR code at the bottom of his end game credit screen that the winner could follow to claim their prize, as long as they lived near a bakery that accepted online orders. Sure enough, a mere 28 hours later, after the game was released, Playdater Mars Betrona cleared all 25 stages and was the very first pilot to see the credits roll. Wow. I mean, look at that happy cake eater. That lucky son of a gun. Touch grass or eat cake? I choose cake. Now, I just so happen to think that this is one of the greatest things our community has ever done. Obviously, you know that I think this community is special, but you know what would make our community even more special? Playdate world, hear ye, by the power invested to me by absolutely no one, I hereby declare a new law. All future developers must award
Cake.
to the first person that beats their new game. Shazam! May it now be so in our community. Wow. Seriously though, think about it, Playdaters. Just imagine how popular the Playdate would become if we can all get developers to make the cake pledge. Can you imagine? No other gaming community in history has ever done something like this. I think we can do it. Of course, we will have to put in safety standards and make sure legit businesses are sending out the cakes. And devs, just add an extra cake tax to your game to pay for the cake. Please, someone take the torch. Follow in Nino's footsteps. We could have something so special on our hands here. But, you know what? While we wait on the next dev to take a big step up, why don't we get this started right now? Hey, you! Do you like speedrunning? Too scared? Too complicated? Well, do I have news for you? Cake winner number 1, Mars Betrona, happens to be a big Playdate speedrunner. This lucky son of a gun also happens to be now streaming on Twitch as one of our first Playdate speedrunners. I watched him leisurely speedrun Pick Pack Pup the other day, and then over and over again. It was a true delight. Speedrun.com also has his last record where he beat Casual Birder in a mere 11 minutes. So, Mars, being that you are cake winner number 1, and now one of the founding fathers of the Playdate speedrunning scene, why don't we raise the stakes and send a cake to the next person to beat your Pick Pack Pup speedrun? What do you think about that, community? And another surprise on top of that, we reached out to the Pick Pack Pup devs, and they have wonderfully now added a speedrunning mode to Pick Pack Pup. All you gotta do is update your Playdate. There is now a speedrunning mode in there. I'm going to be sending out an official tweet, probably an official video to give you full details on that. But start speedrunning Pick Pack Pup now to win a free cake by the end of March. You have a full month to be the top scorer on speedrun.com. Go get them, guys. I'm so excited for this contest. Thank you, devs of Pick Pack Pup, for being involved in this. Mars and I and Pick Pack Pup are so excited to bring this contest to you guys. Have fun. Get that cake. All right, Content Corner. Welcome back to Content Corner. One cool thing that I'd love to share with you all is a new find I've currently been obsessed with on YouTube. A developer / YouTube channel that I found called Open Lab Yorkshire. Their developer name on itch is Orllewin. They have been posting really cool Playdate audio experiments, demos, and also developing really cool, fun audio apps for the Playdate. I've been really addicted to watching these, even though I have absolutely no talent with audio, but it makes me really want to dive in anyway. Really looking forward to seeing this dev get a stereo dock someday as well. Check them out in the description below. Chuhai Labs, developers of Whitewater Wipeout and the upcoming Carve Jr. game, have just released an awesome podcast where they interviewed their current CEO, Giles Goddard, for the 30th anniversary of Star Fox, which he was one of the original developers of. Wild story. Definitely give it a listen. I laughed my butt off through the whole thing. It's a really good time over there at the Nasty Labs podcast. The official Playdate podcast have just released a new episode profiling Season 1 game of Forrest Byrnes. In this episode, we are reminded that this game is also in the same universe as another legendary Panic published game called Firewatch. If you didn't already know this before, Krista and developer Nels Anderson talked about how there is a hidden early version of a Playdate prototype inside the game Firewatch. What makes this even more interesting is an early Playdate logo that can be found on the back of the in-game Playdate. Very cool. Credit to Scratch Miner and Reddit user Morchiba on Reddit for that. While we are on this topic of concept art, let's continue with some new, old Playdate art. Tiny Yellow Machine recently joined Instagram and TikTok, so please come follow for some pretty fun shorts and posts that I'll be updating quite often, including this bit of news right here. While digging through old hashtag Playdate posts, I discovered some very cool old concept art for the launch animation. It's very possible people have seen this before, but this is the first time I'm seeing it, and I'm a pretty huge fan. Don't believe me? See one of my recent TikToks here.
5 things you didn't know about the Playdate.
I already know everything about the Playdate.
Apparently not, because check these out. Look at that cutie. These concepts were posted on the Instagram of Theo Guinard, who directed the animation team at Chromosphere Studios, which is the design and animation studio that worked with Panic on the launch intro. If you check out the Instagram of some of the Chromosphere designers that worked on the project, you will see a lot of really cool concepts that I have not seen before, and maybe you haven't seen before. All right, catalog rumors. Yes, we have to be so close to catalog. I can feel it. I want it. You want it. Let's continue to do some digging, and digging is exactly what I did. First off, my personal guess is that catalog has to be a few weeks away at this point. A new firmware version has been released for the Playdate, and there was a round of bug catching and patching up. I can only imagine this is needed to happen before catalog was released. Also, we have a message in the dev forums from Greg Maletic himself stating that at least a catalog announcement is coming this month in a video, this month being February. Well, the end of the month is coming shortly, so at least we might have an announcement soon. However, I have one final rumor for you. If you pay close attention to Panic's update video where they offer a few details about catalog, they also show the game Hidey Spot by community hero and Panic employee Nevin Mergen. After some Googling around on Hidey Spot, I came across the musician David Wester on Bandcamp that did the music for both Hidey Spot and the game I Was Dead But. Both of these games were done in the early days of Pulp, and if you happen to be active on the dev forum when Nevin released Hidey Spot version 1, then you would know that it does not contain any David Wester songs. With that information, rumor started. Could Hidey Spot be more than just an example in that video? Will it actually see a catalog release with this new David Wester music? I hope so, because the first version of Hidey Spot was a very gorgeous and fun pulp game. Fingers crossed to see that also on catalog. All right, it's now time for an instant dopamine hit. New games. A quick announcement before we get started. It is very possible that I will be starting a Playdate Community Direct style series to start giving developers a platform to show off their new trailers for their games. I'd also love to do this because these news videos are a bit long and I'd like to make them a bit shorter. So listing all the new and upcoming releases adds quite some time. I loved watching Nintendo Directs, and I really love wholesome game directs as well, and really think our community could benefit from a similar style event. So my plan is to host a direct at the beginning of every quarter. With that being said, developers, start thinking about making a video game trailer or some sort of video to join in for these directs. Subscribe here for future announcements or on Twitter for this. Also, my final disclaimer, panic. You reserve the right to take this back at any time. I'm happy to take a back seat on this one. I love you all. Okay, back to the games. And there are so many good ones coming out. Even with catalog coming out soon, I think we have an absolutely stellar lineup of other community games coming out this month and next. Let's start with this amazing story that leads into our first game. You guys are gonna love this. It is called Pizza Fuel Cable Heads. That's right, developer and good friend Pizza Fuel made a public plea to Lord Cabel himself over Twitter last month. Pizza Fuel tweeted Cabel and said, basically, Cabel, may I use your head as an unlockable in my upcoming platforming Playdate game about a double jumping dog. You can see my arguments below, he stated. Pizza then uploaded an exquisite presentation outlining why Cabel should let his beautiful head likeness be used in his game. I mean, look at this presentation. Wow, absolutely wow. And the good news is you can get this game right now. Here is a quick trailer.
You gotta go higher and higher on the mountain, dragon's fire. Collect hats to unlock the truth, and that's how you will save your honor. Dungeons and Doggos, buy bits of fuel where you can pat Cabel.
As Cabel and Nintendo would say, please look forward to it. Link in the description below for that game, and you know that Pizza Fuel is a great dev because they are hooked into Playdate lore deep with that Santos Sisters reference. Get that prize. That is an amazing prize. I guess since the cake tradition hasn't officially started yet until after this video is released, the Santos Sisters can definitely act as a great prize for now. Pizza, for your next game, I expect a Santos Sister pizza flavored cake. Make that happen. It will be delicious. Next up, Soothsayer. Our longtime friend of the channel, Zanya Lasagna, is releasing her new game called Soothsayer. Zanya's last game, Reach the Ocean, was a true delight. She truly is a master of pulp and has been teasing this next game for a while on Twitter. It is an adventure simulation game where you face off against devoted followers called Oracle Podians through 13 different rooms. One cool thing about Zanya is that she's a wonderful artist. All the art in Soothsayer was hand-drawn and pixelized. It is made in pulp with over 200,000 tiles being used. Soothsayer will be released on February 28th. Also, do you know how I know that Zanya's games are amazing? Because our good friend and developer Jomote cooked and ate lasagna live in front of us to help celebrate her last game. I mean, that's how we know they are good. Oh man, what a great time that was. Jomote, you're the best. Speaking of Jomote, Jomote 2 has released a game. I'm a huge fan of Jomote's games. They are packed with uber minimalistic and random silliness. Really dry humor. I recommend Who Asked is one of the games, and the other game is called A Game. For some of his others, you should check those out. Jomote's new game is called Lelgo Art, and it is a drawer app limited to only 50 tiles. Interesting. All right, next up, Spike 2, The Great Emu War. That's right, I've been watching this one for a while on Twitter. Spike 2 by Goloso Games is a side-scrolling shooter where you use your crank to reload and shoot. Equipped with a minigun, try and survive the horde of emus who will do their best to catch you. Upgrade your gears, get better, get a higher score. This is also coming out with a absolutely beautiful physical release that is also very affordable at $20. The physical release comes with stickers, a badge, a manual, and one gorgeous box. Post Hero. Oh boy, I cannot wait for this one. Scenic Route Software, the powerhouse behind Shift, Greed, Generations, Lilybug, and Four Corners, is releasing their first adventure game called Post Hero. I'm so excited to see what Scenic Route does for this new game. It's a new genre for them. Their puzzle games have all been some of the Playdate's best games. So I'm really pumped for this game. Post Hero is a classic adventure game in the style of old Sierra online games, where you play as a mail carrier on his first day on the job. What should be a walk in the park turns out to be anything but. You'll need to outsmart a vampire, help someone change a flat tire, foil a porch pirate, save a relationship, and learn magic. All just to drop off some packages. What a delight. I spoke with Scenic Route, and there will also be some special editions of the game being released. Keep your eye out for these, and maybe even a physical edition. The game should be releasing around February 28th, depending on all the wonderful extras Scenic Route plans to add to the game. Check out a link in the description and keep your eyes open. Next up, Cat World! A second chapter to the pulp game Cat World has been released recently by developer Paw Prince, the maker of Squish. In another fine adventure game, our protagonists find themselves in a desert kingdom ruled by a tyrant in the second chapter of this puzzle adventure game. Chapter 2 is around 40 minutes in length and is a paid update, but Chapter 1 is still a free demo. Meow, 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 meow. Check it out. Next up, Upward. Upward is a platforming Pico 8 game developed by Matthias Falk and ported to Playdate by Daniel Boxer. It's always great to have more solid puzzle platformers on the Playdate, so go grab this one for free. I heard it is amazing. Chek. And finally, a surprise from our good friend and developer Ledbetter. He surprise dropped Chek, which is a 2 or 4 player pass and play board game for the Playdate handheld console. The game is designed to sit between checkers and chess in terms of strategy. Quite simple to learn, but deep in interaction. A game of Chek often swings between careful movement of groups of allied pieces, followed by a bloodbath of combat. It's free, but the big hurdle here is that you need some real-life friends. So good luck out there. Send feedback to Ledbetter. He would love to hear your thoughts. Finally, I have one last surprise for you all. The world premiere trailer of the much anticipated Gun Trails, a shmup or shoot 'em up. Check it out. Okay, that is it for our news this week. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue to see these videos. It really helps me out. Shows me that you guys want more of these. It will really help me keep going. Also, please start thinking about submitting a video trailer to our upcoming Playdate Community Directs. Say hi to me in the comments or follow us on socials. Have a wonderful February, y'all, and I'll see you in March.